Hello, dear listeners. Today we are going to talk about shame, silence, and secrets. Shame can be defined as a feeling that a person is at their core bad or wrong. It's a bit linked to guilt, but shame is more internal. Shame can lead to many mental health challenges, including depression and anxiety. It can also make it difficult for someone to become close to others because if we are stuck in this feeling that we are bad, there's something wrong with us, we think that if we might believe that if people get close to us, they will discover how bad we are, so we can keep people at arm's length. Some people are so paralyzed by shame that they cannot even be productive at school or at work. Shame often actually stems from traumatic experiences. Some people think that the bad things that happened to them were deserved, that they deserve for these bad things that to happen to them. They might feel shame about being abused, sexually abused. Yeah, so when it's like that, it's important to go to therapy or find help to release this shame because when we keep secrets, they fester and they eat us up, and secrets they feed into shame. It's and silence too. All the things we don't talk about, all the hurt, all the pain, because we are encouraged to just move on. That was a long time ago. You should be over that by now. They say time heals all wounds, but in the case of trauma, that's now not how it goes. If we don't tackle the trauma, we don't work through it, it stays and then it impacts our lives, even when we don't realize that's what's happening. Yeah, shame, silence, because silence too can be imposed. All the things we don't have the right to talk about. When we hear things like Africans don't know depression, there's no depression in the African community or in the Black community. Those are the stigma, right? Those ideas are not from our community. Uh, we don't know that. We don't suffer from that. And then people who feel these feelings, who suffer from depression or anxiety, well, they will keep hiding their hurt and their overwhelm because there's so much shame to even say anything. And then it can lead people to isolate themselves even further and make it even really difficult to ask for help. And people try to cope on their own and they wonder, but how come I'm not coping? I should be over this by now. Everybody told me so. So it must be my fault that I'm not coping. There's something wrong with me. So it's that cycle feeding itself. But the thing is, research has shown that secrets can really, really be harmful for our well being, our relationships, and our health. And since shame thrives on secret keeping, it's important that we release ourselves from secrets. We can keep secrets, as I said before, regarding our mental health, prior trauma, our unhappiness, or even our physical appearance, that we are ashamed of many things. And since there's no body to turn to sometimes to talk about these things, we might just keep them bottled up. But it's really bad for our health. There's really a correlation between all of these things and physical ailments people suffer sometimes. Some people, they can have aches, backache, or aches all over the place, but sometimes it's just all the pent up emotions that they cannot put word to, that they don't dare speak about. It puts us at a higher risk of illness, all of these emotions we keep inside. So, my relationship with shame, wow, shame has been a big part of my life, a big, big part. I can say that for many years, I couldn't form close relationships with people. Um, I kept people at arm's length. I would only meet friends if I could manage to put my best foot forward, if my depression was not so bad that day that I could pull myself together, get dressed, and then go and then laugh. The thing is, when I was reunited with my mother in Switzerland, I never saw my mother show any emotion than she was fine. So for me, I didn't have the right to speak about anything. And my mother never asked us about anything about our life. It was just supposed to be smooth sailing, right? All that shame about all my early childhood abuses, all the shame about many things I went through made that I had a really negative image of myself. And I just felt like if anyone knew the real me, if anyone met the real me, they will reject me, they will run away from me. So, of course, it kept me isolated. All I craved was to be connected, but I was so afraid that I stayed in isolation. And it was really difficult managing all my relationships that way, my friendships, even my relationship with my mom. She put a distance, and I also put a distance. So we were not close. And yeah, it's kind of really sad and isolating. That's the word. And sometimes, actually, to deal with this feeling of shame, we can pick up coping mechanisms. Some people turn to substance abuse, drugs or alcohol, compulsive behaviors like shopping or gambling, or even workaholism. And mine was like workaholism, like working so hard to prove to myself and the world that I was worthy, that I was, because I struggled with so much of feeling that I am worthy. And and also like society loved when you, I mean, I was so much praised for having good grades in school, but sometimes it would slip my, and then I would sleep and I would say something really very negative about myself, and then someone would say, but don't say that, you cannot say that. And then I would just say, oh no, yeah, I was just joking, but I was not joking. So I would just go back into my shell and stuff. But I think the key again is to reach out for help. Reach out for help in the way that make you comfortable. It could be um, like a group, if you have friends, talking to friends, or doing group therapy, or there are many fellowships online that you can join, or coming to me for coaching, because I'm a trauma recovery coach, as you all know. I don't know, you could do many things, but it's the idea is to break the cycle of isolation and connect to others, and know that there's nothing wrong with you. As Oprah says in her new book with Dr. Perry, uh, the question is what happened to you, and not what is wrong with you. But there's not, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Many things happen to you, but the gem that you are is still in there in you. So it's a matter of giving voice to those feelings of shame, naming them out, like calling out, what are you ashamed about? Are you ashamed of your body, of your, I don't know, of your job? All the things you're ashamed about, you can write them down, or tell a friend, or journal about them. And then you can tackle them one by one. You can take a small shame, and then you see, okay, does this really make sense? Is this true? And then you can work on that to undo it. Yeah. And maybe with time you can free yourself from shame. My freedom from shame came when I was pregnant with my third daughter, and that's when I found my voice to even talk about these things I'm talking about. So it's important, and it's so freeing not to be calculating what I tell people. I was so ashamed of being discovered at work, in with my friends, with my, like, always making jokes, trying to entertain everyone because I was just so scared of being rejected. But now that I'm myself, I don't even remember what I tell people because I know I say the same things. I don't have to calculate, oh, wait, I told this person, but I didn't tell this person, but I don't want to tell this person. But all those crazy calculations with the aim of keeping me hidden. And because I was trying to feel safe, I don't need that anymore. Like, I don't care how it looks like. I just know that's me. And then I know how I feel. And then I don't know what it looks like. And I don't care actually because that's other people's business. Yeah. So if you want to talk about shame, I like talking about this topic because it holds a lot of people back. It's terrible. And sometimes we keep secrets longer than we need to. Sometimes we have secrets that we are so scared that we come and destroy everything. And then we don't even realize when this secret has no power anymore. And we keep it. And sometimes people keep secrets for a lifetime that they could actually rid themselves of and find freedom. And they keep holding on to that secret because that's what they've learned. They don't know any better. Okay, I need to go. You guys know I'm a mom. I can hear my baby crying. So, yeah, I wanted to say more things, but I think we get the gist of it.